Hello everyone, welcome back to a new Fall Guys video, and it's another solos shuffle. Yep, this is pretty much all the new content we have in the game until the update in just a couple of days. So once again, I'm going to show you lots of shortcuts and just generally ways through these levels. So this first one is Airborne Lair, which means this person never changed their level's name from the default randomized name that they were given. And this one's kind of evil, but it's quite fun as well, actually. Despite being really difficult, I do quite enjoy this one. Definitely more than some of the horrendous and ugly other levels that we have in this show. So hopefully, if you haven't completed this level yourself, this might help. So there's lots of short but difficult sections in this. I do like the fact that there's a lot of checkpoints though, that's very nice. That jump there is one of the hardest bits in the level. You've got to kind of... it's hard to describe, but you've got to kind of get a good feel for where to land and when to jump. And apart from that, it's trial and error. But it's the good kind of trial and error because you'll have just got a checkpoint. Same with this. This level unfortunately only allows for 3 people to qualify, but depending on what kind of lobby that you have, and what the time limit is on this level, you might be able to do this one. Now, I always go for the puncher here at the end, just because I think I have the most control over it. I've got the least control over the hammer. I see a lot of people go for the boom blaster, because you can get a bit more distance, but that's how I qualify from this level anyway. Next one up we've got here is TOA Veloc. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly, but this is another one which doesn't have that many people qualifying, although it seems to be higher than what I remember. It shows that you can have 5 people qualify. I felt like it was only 3 or 4, but maybe it was just bad, because there's a few times I haven't qualified from this one. It's a little bit tricky, it's quite quick, and there's a lot of places you can fall down on. Just because there's so many speed rings and so many sharp angles, I think it's almost impossible to not fall down in an entire run on this one, but never mind. Now we've got the tiniest lily pad, bounce pad thing in history, and then just a few more bounce pads and then you're at the finish line here. Simple as that, eh? Not too bad. Next up we've got Bye Have a Great Time part 112. That's right, there are a lot of these in this series, and despite them all being quite difficult, if you watched the last episode, you remember I've said I actually quite enjoy these, so well done Game Over, Eric. I really enjoy the attention to detail you put in these. They are difficult, but they have a good combination of sort of challenge and just variety. You got short, difficult sections again, plenty of checkpoints so you can get through without too much difficulty once you know what you're doing. These ones are all kind of tests of movement and your ability to get a feel for when to jump, when to dive, where to land. It's pretty much all timing on this level. I personally enjoy it quite a lot. It's a good challenge, but I know a lot of people do struggle on these, so maybe watching my run might help you. And if you're into speedrunning and you've already got the level down, then maybe this might help if you're not quite this quick yet. Basically, if you want to speedrun this, you just can't afford to make any mistakes. And apart from that, it's fairly simple. There aren't really any shortcuts on this level. Sometimes you can actually get to the top of these sections without having to grab and pull yourself up, but it seems to be kind of luck of the draw how high you actually get launched. If you get really unlucky here, you can get hit by the cherries, but luckily for me, this run was fine. Next up we've got Chaotic Flowers. All you want to do for this, big shortcut, turn the camera around, run backwards, instant qualify, free 20 crown shards. Pretty much the same with this next one. All you need to do, jump back, and you can either jump off someone's head, or there's quite a difficult jump if you kind of bounce off the weird 3D cube things, but it's quite difficult. Next up we've got another level by Pinkix. There's so many levels by this person, but this is the only one that I'm putting in this video. I enjoy all their levels. They just get a lot of them in this show. I haven't quite worked out the fastest way through this level yet. There's a lot of paths. I really like the decoration. It's a great feel. I've got a massive amount of respect for people that actually put in a decent amount of effort to kind of tie everything together in their levels, have a good cohesive visual style, and just a good flow through the level. There's lots of different routes you can take. Obviously here it looks like the bounce pads are quicker, but all in all, a really nice level, and that's why these ones keep getting put in this show. Here we've got El Paraso something, and that's how you finish that level. The finish line is just hidden right below the start line. If you didn't know that, that's how you finish that one really quickly. And next we've got a level which I don't know the name of. For some reason, this one just has these massive conveyor belts down the side, which mean you can skip the entire level and just run straight to the finish line and collect your 20 crown shards. It is that easy. Why is this in the game? Next up we've got a ball level with a nice little shortcut as well. You can also go round to the side of the yellow things, but that's very easy if you just turn into a ball. Here's another one. This I've called the mole level because it's got a big mole in it. So your biggest shortcut on this level is just to turn around and go directly behind you so that you don't have to do all the obstacles inside this tunnel. Next, the easiest, or at least easiest way for me, and the quickest way, is taking this hammer on the side. It might seem difficult at first, but again, you've got a checkpoint right in front of it, so it's worth doing a bit of trial and error. Even if you sort of waste a bit of time trying it like 5-6 times, it's still probably quicker than just taking the slow spinning axes. This bit is kind of tough to get the jumps correctly. You have to sort of jump quicker than you'd expect, or dive like sooner than you'd expect. At least that seems to be what works for me anyway. These you just gotta be careful where you go on the hexagons and sort of time everything as you go. It sounds easy, but this level is more difficult than it looks, and this is probably my least favourite bit. You just constantly hit your head on this bit. You can't see where the hammer is. I got super lucky this time. Now I've seen people use a blast ball on the side to launch themselves across this section a bit quicker. I couldn't do it. It might save maybe half a second if you get it perfect, but that's a lot of difficulty, so easiest thing is probably to just run across the hats there and then just dive through the finish line at the end. Next we've got Juju Bu. This level's really fun, it's very fast paced, and it's really enjoyable to speedrun on. There's lots of sections that you can kind of tie together if you get a decent flow through it, and it's just very satisfying. There we go, look at that, we've got some of the most skilled people in this lobby, 3Dix and the Dark Prince HDM. These are some of the best players in the game, at least for speedrunning in this game, so that is why they are absolutely just blitzing through this. And I learnt a new shortcut from watching these players. There we go, you can just jump straight on through here. I don't even bother sliding and diving on this because it doesn't seem to gain you any speed. You can just run on this section and preserve your momentum. You don't need to dive to land on here, that saves a bit of time. You can jump straight across the middle of here. And I probably didn't have to dive there, could have potentially gone a little bit faster, but a nice early dive sees me just in at second place. It's another entry to the Let's Have Fun series. I mean, 137? How many levels of these are there? I think I've played about 4 different ones so far. There's 2 in the current rotation, at least that I've got, and I've got them a lot of times. These levels are quite long and kind of sparse, so if you mess up, you do have to go back quite far with the checkpoints, but they're enjoyable enough. I don't have any issues with these levels. They're pretty good to look at, they're pretty decent to play. Nothing incredible, but just a nice, simple, solid Fall Guys level. They're very long, so obviously a lot of effort has gone into maximizing the actual gameplay in these. There's not really any shortcuts specifically, it's more just looking at obstacles and getting through them carefully. That simple. Now if you run straight through here, you can get knocked off, so I just decided to play it safe. The person in front of me, they knew their timings. Maybe I'll get a little bit better next time I play, but you can get a little bit of a bar skip there and take first place back. Will I get first place on this level? Who knows? This is a very, very close one. You want to take the right bounce pad here, because it'll save you a bit of time landing. Even then, look at this. We're pretty much neck and neck. This is another very skilled bean. It's nice seeing a lot of the same bean faces playing these. Thanks to skill-based matchmaking, a lot of the time we just have the same groups of people playing these levels in solos shuffles. I don't know if that'll be the same for all of you, but it could just be a regional thing, a time of day thing, I don't know. This is my quickest time through this level, and this person, just a little bit quicker, so they obviously set a very good time there. Great games. I'm not going to show the whole level of this, but this is one by Game Dog, and these are probably the nicest decorated levels in the current solo shuffle. This is the other one they've got in Mystical Canon. Just really like the amount of effort they've put into making something that looks great, and there's lots of great gameplay elements in these levels as well. Very enjoyable all around. There's a bit later on the level here where you turn into a ball and you get to go across the level and kind of take in all the detail. Just a great effort. I don't know if this is modded or not, but it must use a lot of budget if it isn't. Here we've got a level by perpetually excellent level maker Dubtoshi. I don't think I'd played this one before, so maybe this is an older level, but it's certainly a fun one. Until you get to the end, because the end is absolutely just full of boom blasters, and I kind of hate them. Got a bit unlucky here and did get hit by the obstacles, but that is the name of the level, Obstacle Overload. When you land on these punches here, you want to be ready to turn around straight away, save you a little bit of time. I haven't got a good time on this level yet. Because of this final section, I'm just not very good at navigating these obstacles. I'll get better, but I'll have to practice a bit. Also, Isatorium is in this lobby. A very excellent YouTuber if you're not aware. Make sure you check out their channel. But look, I decided not to risk it too much at the end here, and we get through safely. Excellent level. Here's another one that you can finish very quickly, only down. Now, it wasn't until after I played this that I realised, watching someone else, there's a finish line right behind the start line, which is even quicker. So I'll attempt that next time. I'm not going to show you all of this level, but I will show you that this person tried to grab me here. Look! On solo shuffle? Get out of this lobby. People who grab on solo shuffle, why? You're just going to have to wait longer for everyone else to qualify. If you can even qualify yourself. Now this level is really boring. Sorry if you made this level, but it's so long. Why is it here? I don't know. Anyway, let's get back onto a real level here. Yeah, this one's much better. Or is it? There's a lot of randomness on this level, but it's okay. It looks alright. It's quite a fun one. This is a very quick one. It's really fast-paced. There's a few luck-based elements with the cannons and stuff right here, which I have been hit by a few times, which is a shame. And obviously these bridges you can't just walk down the side of, but you can't really avoid that unless you place a death zone on the side, and that just kind of looks ugly. But apart from that, this one's a fun one to speedrun. Nice quick level, and there's a bit of that luck. My luck, anyway. It would have been a very nice time if I hadn't got hit right at the end. Here's Up and Down. This one has lots of potential for speedrunning. There's no real shortcuts, but you can get loads of bar boosts on this one. So you want to go straight down to the yellow section here, and just line yourself up to get hit by some of these spinners. Oh, there it is. Right there. Can give you a nice boost, and then if you can hold on to that momentum, you can set a pretty decent time through this level. Apart from that, this one's effectively just a straight line, so you don't have to really do much more than get a few bar jumps. Did I get first place on this one? I can't remember actually. That was a bit of a risky jump right there. I don't think... Oh, I did take another bar jump right at the end. And I hate all levels that have DoorDash. Take away the randomness. Winter Classico. Oh, there is another Pin Kicks level in this video. Okay. This one's really fun. I think I did better on this one than the earlier one. I think this one was a bit quicker as well. Another one with lots of different routes, and I have no idea what the fastest way is through this level. But I don't mind. It's a really nice level to look at. Look at all that decoration! on these platforms. Oh, I remember why I put this one in the video. You'll see. It was all going so well on this. Not sure I'm massively a fan of ragdolling, and that's why. I could have taken the quicker upper path, but this person was just in the way. Unfortunate. Are you ready for the last level of the video? This is the one that took me the longest to get a recording. Map Difficile. Difficult map in French, if you didn't know. Fairly logical name. This map has only one winner. This is my third or fourth time playing this one, and my only time winning it. Because it's horrible! Is this level made by an AI or something? It's just loads of random bollards, spinners, door dashes. Oh look! What a surprise! This person who was in the lead wanted to grab me so that they could get the crown, but yeah. I actually posted a screenshot right about here of this level on Twitter to show what you have to do to get your maps in Solo Shuffle. This is some very evil design. And I saved it and then fell off. It could have been all over here, except I know a little trick. That's right, there is a bit of a shortcut in this level. Not necessarily one to gain a lot of time. Also, you want to make sure you jump through there. That bit is horrible. Why waste your time going through the luck-based door dash when you can just walk around it? You have to be kind of careful, and you have to jump and dive around this side. And I think you have to take this last door dash. I don't think you can jump straight onto the yellow platform. But I also haven't tried. I did not want to risk it. I'm this far ahead, I'm not even going for the checkpoint. Why would I need the checkpoint? Unless I get hit off the level. We ragdoll a bit at the end, but that's it. Finally, I won that level. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. I hope you learnt a few shortcuts, some tips, some tricks. If you enjoyed this, please do like, subscribe, and if you've got a pet, go and say hello to them. Goodbye.